Hello, cats and kittens. Mama Cat Gamer here. We are going through Endwalker right now. We got Gav up to a Gateway of the Gods, and I was not able to finish out the quest last week because we had already gone quite a bit longer than I expected. Because I failed in from the cold twice at infamous solo duty, and I finally got through it the third time. I got so lost on the first run through the very first part of the solo duty because I had gotten, I had picked the wrong Reaper for the one that I thought I was picking to activate the quest. We got through it. I actually made a guide for it and released that over the weekend. So if you know somebody who's really struggling with In From the Cold, I have that up in my solo Secrets to Solo Duty Success playlist. All right. Along with some of the other ones that have really given people problems, like Nadam and Vows of Virtue, and the one that is with Lakshmi, whose name escapes me, but it's the one with all the orbs where you gotta like chase them and not die, and not let an orb hit anybody else, right? So, there's a bunch of them up there. I think I've got the most recent Dawn Trail solo duties up too. Probably need to repackage those because it's not really clear what they are. But that's another issue for another time. All right, let's see if we are doing okay live. Oh my goodness, my doggy is outside. Doggy is outside. Oh, okay. Let's make sure we're good on YouTube also. I have to go get her in because I don't want her to be out in this extreme heat. I don't think we have the heat warning that we had yesterday, but it's still pretty warm out. All right, we are good to go for that. Let me go get my dog in, and I will be right back. All right, hello folks. Welcome back. This is Mama Cat Gamer. We are going through Endwalker with Gavtia. We finished In From the Cold last week. That was the infamous one. All right. I actually got a guide up for it this weekend. So if you know anybody who's really struggling with this solo duty, you can point them in that direction. Okay. Got to lower my volume on here. Okay. Anyway, the guide is up. Check it out. And I hope you enjoy it. I failed the first 2 times. Got it on the third. So even if you know what's going to happen ahead of time, it doesn't always guarantee a success. So, for those of you who are coming up on it, make sure to check out the guides on it. It's super helpful. Thanki.com is also a good resource for that, for any of the solo duties, right? I've got a number of them done. Nadam is done. Vows of Virtue, Deeds of Cruelty is done. The one with Lakshmi and the orbs that you got to chase around and prevent from hitting NPCs, that one's up also. The Dawn Trail solo duties are up. And I will be working on more as we go along. They seem to be really helping. So I'll probably be focusing on getting the solo duty guides out first, and then editing the playthroughs as we go along to get farther in. I like teaching, right? And so those are the solo duty guides in particular are fun for me to make. All right, Lente's Arrow passage guide. Let's take Gav through Gateway of the Gods. We didn't finish it last time because it took really quite long, and there was a lot of cutscenes, and it was already like half an hour over my usual end time. The area is secure. May I escort you to the top of the tower? Yes, you may. Proceed to the Nether Gate. All right, let's see. Remember that Kryl had attacked because Eidolon had spoken through her. Riange says, "Fear not for Kryl. Go forth and return, I prithee." Okay. Don't be afraid for her, for Kryl. Go on along and then return, I pray you. She channeled a dangerous amount of ether, says Yerstola, and that's to say nothing of the teleportation magic she must have used to get here. Yet Kryl and Eidolon both were clearly willing to take the risk. Things that make you go, Alright, Thancred says, we're moving out to rendezvous with the remainder of the contingent. Leave everything here to us. Alize says, stand there for just a moment, please. She's saying a prayer for us. A prayer for good luck. Now you can't possibly fail. Justinian says, we've no time for worrying over what's done. Let's go. That's very Justinian. Raha says, as I suspected. Oh, I wonder what he suspected. Elfino says, if all of the tempered are afflicted, Euless and his comrades likely put up quite the struggle. Let's find a way to save them, and we must. I only pray we are not too late. In the meantime, may the 12 carry you to victory. You may now enter the Tower of Babel with a party of NPC avatars. To make use of this feature, open the Trust interface located under Duty in the main menu. Oh, yes! Either current attunement complete. Ah. Now I can fly. Does he have anything else to say to us? I have faith in you, now and always. Okay, do they have anything else? Nothing new? Alright, a trip to the moon. Grahatia is pondering the technological marvel you have just beheld. My apologies, I was lost in thought. This device is of Allagan design, which leads me to think I was right about Fandaniel. No matter what he claims, he still has an attachment to the trappings of his past. Whether knowing this will make your path forward clearer, I cannot say, but bear it in mind. But let us return to the task at hand. As Eidolon said, the flow of ether will transport you to Mare Lamentorum. We must hope this ally of hers can provide you with the necessary assistance to restore the seal before Xenos and Fandaniel arrive to stop you. It seems we are ever one step behind, but I have faith that you'll make up the difference. Know that whatever awaits, our prayers are with you. Now go, beyond the sky. We are taking a trip to the moon. Activate the teleportation device. Travel to Mare Lamentorum.
Long, long before Dalamud was forged to imprison an Elder Primal, the eldest of them all, savior of the star, was sealed within a moon of his own. Souls sacrificed to grant him life still slumber and dream of the day he and we will be made whole. Here he waits, in this cold, barren place, his cradle and his grave. Silent lamentations and prayers of hope echo soundlessly to a sundered star, adrift and alone.
We are here on the moon. You with me. Eidolon's champion. Of course we can breathe on the moon. We're, you know, warriors of light. We have unique abilities. Before we do anything else. Oh, okay. There's a current 1,100 yalms away. I thought there was one closer. All right, let's talk to this ancient spirit who looks like the dudes from Shadowbringers, Amarat. I return. I must return. Why? Why? It's not, Lingering Grief is the name of those enemies. Home. I need... Wait, take me with you. You mustn't touch. In cerulean halls, find me. Cerulean meaning blue. And what are the odds that we come across a blue building right nearby? I am going to attune to the Aetheryte, like, right now. I don't have to, like, drive back here. I don't think there's any, like, chocobo. Wait, what's the name of this place? Sinus Lacrimarum. Okay. I don't know if I'm pronouncing these correctly or not. My Greek and Latin is basically medical related. Destination. It's kind of a cool building. No steps echo through this looming spire save your own, but you nevertheless sense a presence above. Okay. I guess that means we have to go up the stairs. It's been a while since I've done Endwalker. And I don't think I've seen Endwalker since I got my new computer, so this is really, really cool. I thought the detailing was quite amazing first time through, but when you see it with better graphics, it's like, whoa. It's like really nice. Okay, I guess we go out here. Oh, yep. I mean, like, who puts this kind of detail into tiles, right? But they did. Okay, here's the Watcher. Apologies, I have been preoccupied for quite some time and am out of practice at conversation. Yeah, it's not my favorite. Alright, the Watcher says, ever since this moon was created by Heidelin, I have served as an integral part. I am the Watcher. I am responsible for the prisoner and the devices that hold him fast, meaning imprison him. Oh, that's Zodiark there. Zodiark himself, a projection of the moon's core. Though rent asunder by Heidelin, he grows more powerful with every rejoining. 7 there have been. 7 too many. And yet, for all his servants' machinations, he remains incomplete. The fallen are beyond salvation. No attempt would be made to free Zodiark, not until he is whole once more. But someone has taken action. The shackles that hold him nearly shattered. Six locks to his jail, great and grand. Gargantuan swords driven deep, brands to bind Zodiark forevermore. Five were destroyed by his would-be liberator. One of these I have restored. I strive to mend the remaining 4, but my efforts are being impeded. Souls sacrificed to summon Zodiark, their manifestation consequence of the waning seal. They labor in opposition to my work. They must be expelled for the preservation of all. So you can say, if keeping Zodiark imprisoned is the right thing to do, I will aid you, or I will only resort to expelling them if all else fails. I don't think he wants to kill anybody. Of that I have no doubt. You are her chosen. I am the watcher and the jailer. I am not the judge. Know this, Heidelin commands the forces of stasis, and this moon is the product of such power. So long as Zodiac remains imprisoned in this place, no more sacrifices will be made in his name, nor will those souls rendered up in his name fade into oblivion. Go, meet with these wandering spirits. Do what you think is right. I always thought that his robe was white. It's actually not. You see the tiny little... It's like a field of stars there. I don't know if you could see the detailing on there. Kind of a starlight robe. I wonder if you can jump down from here. Well, yep, you can. Lost all but 1 hit point. All right. Hopefully I won't have to fight anybody. Maybe I'll wait until my healing comes back a little. It's kind of a pale, very pale blue. It's kind of a ombre, so it's lighter at the top and gets a light blue towards the bottom. If you can survive falling. Well, this game you can survive falling, so long as you don't get it into combat at the very bottom of your fall. You only have 1 hit point left. You never go below 1 hit point. From endless dreams, I awake. Alright, where are we supposed to go now? Oh, I guess we're supposed to go up that way somewhere. Maybe I shouldn't have jumped down. I'm betting I have to go all the way to the top and talk to him again, now that I jumped down. Ah, Pillar of Industry, Merchant, and Mender. What does he got for sale? Items. Dark 8 Matter. Fishing bait. This has level 84 gear, for those of you who need level 84 gear. Alright, now I gotta go back up to the top and talk to him again. Probably should have looked for that first. But yes, you can jump down from the top there. The Watcher would have you deal with these specters haunting the moon. You must confront these lost souls, yes, but you need not expel them by might of arms. A feather touch, a firm word, simple methods may send them away, faint echoes as they are. Wear the strength of sentiment that drives them, however, emotions that do not fade even with the passage of centuries. And make haste, though yet distant, unwelcome guests draw closer. Okay, we're gonna jump down again. These people are probably wondering, what the hell is she doing? It's like this is the second time they've jumped down. I'll eat some food while we're at it. Moonward Vest of Aiming. Some of these I get from my ventures. I send out my retainers on. Oh, we're healed up already. Where? When? How long? Dreaming spirit? Was it truly so long ago? Forlorn spirit. We were happy, at peace with the star. We nurtured it, helped it grow, with our will, our creations. Somber spirit. We were the star's beating heart, its life. Every soul a drop of blood flowing through its veins. To live, to learn, to create, to make better. The star flourished, as did we. Do you remember? Why is he asking us that? As the whispers die, the final spirit fades. No shadows of times long lost remain around the drowning brand. We got a little Afghan hound here. An unusually lustrous dog is gazing at you with what seems to be fond anticipation. Easier DPS? Yes. Nice. Nice. It appears to be waiting for you to follow it. The lustrous dog leads the way. Learn more about this quest objective via the question icon in the duty list. We have to follow an NPC to a designated location. Should you fall too far behind, the NPC will return to the starting point and you must speak with them to try again. Well, fortunately here I don't have to worry about, you know, running into bad stuff. Oh, yes. Like, this stuff is kind of hidden here, right? Fortunately, you can't fall off there. It's kind of cool looking in here. Can you imagine trying to find this stuff without any guidance whatsoever? We'd all be consulting wikis for this. Temperamental spirit. The dog silently regards the spirit that lurks near the brand. Approach the lustrous dog. Okay, we followed the lustrous dog. Temperamental spirit. Let's see what he says. We and the stars were fulfilled. Wanted for naught. Mourned for naught. So why did it have to end? Final days taught us to fear a death forced upon us. The injustice of duties and dreams left unfulfilled, the grief of unexpected partings. Swift as darkness, cold as ash. Such tragedy, yet no catharsis. Such truth, yet no consolation. As the whispers die, the spirit fades. All is silent and still around the numbing brand. Fast leveling, leveling roulette, MSQ roulette, doing your Wondrous Tales book, which gives you a half a level. Sometimes fates, having the XP boost stuff on. A lustrous dog is once again staring at you expectantly, and who are you to deny it? Follow and try not to fall behind. Okay. Fortunately, the doggy takes you through relatively safe areas. There was one right by that trimmer back there, but it had its back turned to you, so you could pass by it safely. We discover a new location. Oh, at lower levels, you definitely want to do your hunt logs. Those give you a ton of XP. I don't know. I don't do beast tribes, typically. The dog silently regards the shadow that lurks near the brand. Shadow or shade? Anguished spirit. I think probably doing stuff like your challenge logs. How much would you challenge log? Doing battles gives you XP, so completing the battle section of the hunt logs, or the challenge log, I'm sorry, gives you XP. Looks like fate gives you an XP reward. Leave quests would do those. Crafting and gathering, that would give you crafting and gathering experiences on your crafters and gatherers. Treasure hunt, that's Allied Society, Grand Companies, Tainers, Gold Saucer. I haven't unlocked these categories, so yeah, so I would complete your challenge log also, because you'll get additional reward XP rewards on top of what you're already doing. So it makes sense to do those. This blue means companion XP. So those, if you have your companion out, like your little chocobo with you, you will get XP to level your companion. This guy sounds different. It almost sounds like Emmett Selk's voice actor. So I'm wondering if this is the spirit of him. Anguish spirit says, our perfection came came crumbling down. Such overwhelming despair. In that moment, we knew the end was nigh. The faintest glimmer of hope remained. We gave our lives that others may live. We gave ourselves. Zodiark. Entreating spirit supplicating spirit to forge our world anew. Let's see. The entreating spirit said, Zodiark, our Lord and Savior. Lamenting spirit, to live and love again. Dutiful spirit, become one with the star. Anguish spirit says, fill earth and heaven with life, birth, paradise where fear is distant to memory. Pardon me, but would you be so kind as to step aside? Familiar spirit says, ah, that unmistakable color. The soul of Azim. But not the friend I knew, I think. Nevertheless, you are you. So Emmett Selk meant for you to have it. Gav's going, what? Wait. What do you mean? You seem surprised. Why might that be? You can say, we meet again, Hythlodaeus, or you're the receptionist at the Bureau of the Secretariat, correct? No, he's not the receptionist. Again, I do not believe I have yet had the pleasure. So Gav's going to explain the situation to him. Emmett Selk created a shade in my likeness? And not only me, but all of Amarot? How very like him. A slave to sentiment, even after an eternity. As you may have guessed, I am different from the shade you met before. No mere approximation, but the original. A soul sacrificed to Zodiark. We remember in vivid detail the events leading to our purgatory. The plans and plots for our resurrection, Heidelin's intervention and Zodiacs, and the stars' final fate. And then we drifted in a waking dream, our minds steeped in fog until you came. I know not what you and your friends intend for Zodiark or the future of the star. Nevertheless, in you I place my trust and faith. In you I choose to believe, as Emmett Selk did. Believe in yourself, and all will be well. More new arrivals, though. Van Daniel. That color I know. And another I do not. An unfamiliar but fearsome being. Xenos. I have kept you from your duty. By way of apology, I will ensure that the shades hinder you no more. Protect the final brand. Fare you well, my new old friend. Let's go talk to the lustrous dog. The martyr. Something has raised the lustrous dog's hackles. The dog growls, agitated. We could say, "We must protect the brand. Come on, boy!" Or "Cry havoc. Cry havoc and let slip the dog of war." That's you, by the way. The dog nudges you with its nose. You get the feeling it wants you to hop on? I think that second line is from Shakespeare, if I remember right. I could be wrong, though. It's been a while since I've read any Shakespeare. Ride the dog, yes. With a powerful leap, the dog takes flight. Got a feeling we have a Xenos battle ahead or something. This is a cool piece of music. Oh, that's smile. Uh-oh, that's bad.
In the nick of time to savor the crowning triumph. Unbound and free at last. Arise, Zodiac!
Oh, that smile.
Deprived of heart and will by the loss of dearest Elidibus. A creature of pure instinct, wanting for guidance. But powerful, oh so powerful. More so with every passing moment. Such potential, even in this incomplete state. Still the savior who delivered a world from certain doom.
So, here we stand. You know my intent. Consume the god, then the world. Stoke your fury to a raging inferno, and dance among the ashes. Or perhaps you would face me here and now. A lesser but welcome amusement.
Yep.
Yes. A taste to whet the appetite.
Evil grin there.
Sorry to spoil the moment, but might I ask that you postpone the slaughter until I've said my piece? I promise I will be brief. Do you remember when I told you that I wanted to die and take everyone with me? I meant it.
Oh boy. We are the savior. We are the guardian, the keeper of natural order. We are the martyr, the bestower of new beginnings. We are the crazy Van Daniel.
Such lofty aspirations! And what sweet irony that the world's saviors will become the agents of its destruction!
It cannot end this way. We must return and be made whole. We are the will of the star, now and forevermore. For the greater good, for the sake of the world.
Wrong, 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 wrong! Lies and delusion! The dead have no power over me. You will be silent. Silent as the grave!
No more, we beg of you. The star must endure. Gav is not happy.
Believe and walk in faith. Let the light of your soul shine for all to see. Not quite the outcome you'd imagined, but a fitting one nonetheless. Don't you think so, Hades?
All I craved and more. Boundless power. Mine to command. I had intended to pit my fractured divinity against Xenos. But a more tempting option presents itself. The greatest obstacle to my ambition. You will trouble me no longer.
I am a sucker for cello music and great choral music, and this piece of music gives me both. It's like, ooh. All right. Let me see if anybody in the FC wants to come with on this trial. I don't think you can queue for this with a group or with NPCs, so. All right. All right. While we wait for Ember to come online or get done with her dungeon, we can do some random cat facts. All right. Here's a fun one. Here's a true or false. True or false? Cats can taste sweet flavors. All right, true or false? Cats can taste sweet flavors. Let me go and pull my chat up so I can see it better. Got a couple of people who are able to come, so that'll be cool. Actually, okay. It is false. Cats cannot taste sweet flavors. I did not know that. Because, you know, my cats seem to really enjoy vanilla ice cream, so... Anytime I have vanilla ice cream around, you know, they are very interested. I had a picture of one time of my cat Jake, probably about 10 years back. My husband had made strawberry milkshakes for the entire family, and I was in the middle of a dungeon or something, so I couldn't drink it all at one time. And because we were in like a dungeon or something like that, I couldn't like shoo my cat away. So the next thing I know, he's got his head like stuck down in my cup, drinking my strawberry milkshake. It was hilarious. I finished the dungeon and got a picture of that one because it was too funny not to. All right, here's another true-false one. True or false? Every cat's nose print is unique. True or false? Every cat's nose print is unique. Nose, N-O-S-E. The nose on their face. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know. So, true or false, every cat's nose print is unique. That is true, as Slybox got correct. We are waiting on one more FC member to finish a dungeon. He was working on Clytium. Which I really enjoy that dungeon. I don't know how many of the rest of you have done Clytium, but I can't call it by the short eye version of that one. But it is a really cool dungeon. It frustrated me no end until I learned it, but after that, I went, yeah, this is kind of cool. Especially since you have a chance to use most of your rotation in it, or actually all of your rotation. And the bosses aren't too difficult, and the mechanics aren't, horrible once you learn them. Like, I still have problems with Stray Burrow. I just cannot get those teacup things. I like Chort. Every time we get into that dungeon now, we go, Chort. Superman! Yes, when we fly through the tubes. The last boss, when you got those puppets going around, or marionettes, I have to watch where the two big ones are on the side, and I position myself between them. And then I'm watching the cast bar for the Void Dark all the time. Because the Void Dark is that half-room cleave. The nasty, nasty damage. Okay. Actually, let me eat one more piece of food. Okay. The Dark Inside description. Zodiark's shackles have finally been broken, bringing his millennia-long imprisonment to an end. This premature awakening is the work of Fandaniel, who has cast aside his duty as an Ascian to turn the god of darkness against the very star he was created to protect. With Zodiark's unfathomable power at his disposal, Fandaniel has selected his first victim, the Warrior of Light, who has ever been a thorn in the Ascian side. It says wait time less than 5 minutes. I actually did this fight. I think we did this fight on Extreme. Didn't we? Let's look at the arena out here. This is just kind of weird looking here, isn't it? Oh, yeah, the moving floor part. I don't get that one yet either. Mostly because I have to think about the direction that the floor is moving. And, you have to, like, visualize everything happening all at one time. And I can kind of puzzle it out if I have a little bit of time to work with it, but you don't have time in that one. So one of these days I'm going to have to sit down and, like, watch a Hector guide or something like that on how to figure out the moving floor thing. I know our old FC leader had it all figured out, but he'd done that extreme quite a few times. For like the first time the floors move, I kind of got that one figured out, but next time they move, it's like, there's like 18,000 things going on at one time, and I'm lost at that point. Kind of weird to think that this is the interior of the moon. Trying to get a view of the sides on these things. Kind of cool. Zodiac has like multiple wings and limbs and all sorts of weird stuff. Tentacles. Let's see if we can see down here. I wonder what the lyrics say. I'll have to check that out too. I wonder if we have a big bad guy in our moon too. Last I heard it was just cheese. Okay. Let's do another cat fact. Here's another true or false. Is it true or false that cats always land on their feet? True or false? Cats always land on their feet. You all are correct. It is false. They do not always land on their feet. A lot of times they do. They have a instinct in them to reorient themselves when they're falling, but they don't always land on their feet. All right. Here's another true or false one. Cats purr only when they're happy. Is it true or false? Cats purr only when they're happy. I like this. Average wait time less than 5 minutes. Time elapsed 6:48. That's kind of we're in the afternoon. Probably would pop faster if it was evening for us. Anyway, true or false? Cats purr only when they're happy. Alright, the answer is false. They do not purr only when they're happy. They actually will purr sometimes when they're in pain. I think research said it's helps them heal faster or something like that. I'm not sure how that works, but that's the theory anyway. All right. True or false? A cat's whiskers help it judge whether it can fit through a space. True or false? A cat's whiskers help it judge whether it can fit through a space. Yahtzee. I love it, Morisabi. All right, true or false? A cat's whiskers help it judge whether it can fit through a space. Our company ranked up. Somebody else decided to join us, so. Hopefully we'll get a quicker queue now. We got 2 healers and 2 DPS, so. Free Company attained rank 23. That's really good. We've gotten to that really quite fast. I think we only started like a little over a month ago for this new FC, so it's amazing progress. All right, back to the cat fact. A cat's whiskers help it judge whether it can fit through a space. That is true. That is true. Can you do MSQ dungeons before you get to that point? You could do whatever MSQ Oh, you cannot queue for 2 things at one time. Astral says, and I told him we were doing random cat facts in the stream right now while we wait. He says, they always land on their feet and they have 9 lives. False. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is a fun fight, other than the floor turn thing, which drives me crazy. The dark inside. Eternal darkness, Zodiarch.
Establishing connection. All creation shall bend to my will.
The end has come, and it will be beautiful. The marvels of circus were but playthings. Malice, become flesh!
We need to be away from these guys. Oh, we need to go forward. The snakes do lines.
Will you live to see the end? Soon my hold of a Zodiac shall be complete! Mine!
Oh, mine! That's never a good sign. Evil laughter never is a good sign.
At last, I am become Zodiac! The natural order overturned! All in existence, bent to my will!
I just go wherever the people who look like they know what they're doing are doing it.
My life's work! My masterpiece! How I've waited for this day!
Baskin Robbins over here seems to know what they're doing. The other Reaper knows what they're doing. Uh-oh. Oh, Baskin Robbins did not know. Oops.
The great cataclysm, faithfully recreated. From broken skies fall tears of flame. All shall burn.
Where are you going, Astral? Ah! Oh my god, I don't know where I'm going. I am so dead.
Will you live to see the end?
Oops. Oh, nice job. Oh, now we gotta figure out where we're gonna go. No, not there, Astral. Not there. It's gonna rotate around.
All in existence, bent to my will. Will you live to see the end?
That was a clutch use of that LB2 by, I think the tank used it. Oh, oh, no, this is a wipe.
The end has come, and it will be beautiful. The marvels of serpents were but playthings. Malice become flesh. Will you live to see the end? Soon my hold over Zodiac shall be
So the
complete.
triangle shape on the side does conal. And the square does half the room.
Mine.
This is a trial, Chelly, not a...
At last, I am become Zodiac. Natural order overturned! All in existence, bent to my will! My life's work! My masterpiece!
Oh, I got hit with that one.
How I've waited for this day!
When he goes off to the side, that he's gonna do a weird broom cleave.
All in existence, bent to my will!
I think we're in the wrong spot. Oh, we just barely made it.
The great cataclysm, faithfully recreated! From broken skies fall tears of flame!
I think we have to rotate around here. I'm not sure. Oh, I got killed. Okay, that's interesting.
To see the end. All in existence, bent to my will! Will you live to see the end? I have no need for restraint.
I can't remember if we have an active time maneuver here or not.
All in existence, bent to my will! Will you live to see the end?
Oh,
Is this the limit of your power? Is this how it ends?
I guess so, Fan Daniel. All right, we did it. Oh wait, he's gone. He's like, no, he's not. He's right here. I'm trying to see his face, but it disappears. All right. Sorry. Well done, my preparations are complete, and I stand ready to seal Zodiark once more. Withdraw now from this place. The teleporter will deliver you to safety.
Incomplete and insufficient. Of course he was no match. Once again, you have left my best laid plans in ruins. And played your role to perfection. Thus, sealing my victory.
Oh.
From the first, all I wanted was for you to kill Zodiac. 'Twas but one of many methods to achieve the desired effect. 'Twould have been the same had Xenos died in my place. But what better and more satisfying way to ensure success than to take control myself? My sole regret is that you lived to tell the tale. Even so, I have fulfilled my heart's desire. Let your murder mark the beginning of the end. The coming of the final days!
Oh boy.
How quickly strength fades, and blood cools. Old familiar sensations. So many lives, so many deaths. No different this. I close my eyes and slip into the dreamless slumber. A tired song and dance. Routine. Always I wake. But not this time. Nothing left unsaid. Nothing left undone. Inherit my hell. I intone with glee. The man I was would weep for what I have become. The all-consuming contempt. But I've the wisdom of 10 millennia to justify my answer to the question. No value in their existence. Not a whit. For all that I looked. None that I did see. A final chance, then, for Heidelin and her faithful. In Cataclysm, prove me wrong. I sneer. All shall return to nothingness, as was your will, Emperor Sunday. I, the star, and every living being, consigned to your oblivion.
Ooh, that startled me.
At last.
Deep breaths, slow and steady. You saw it too, yes? The blue star below, thrown into turmoil. Then it was no illusion, all was truth. With the death of Zodiark, the laws of nature over which he presided have begun to unravel. The final days are upon us. Charlie Brown adults are back. There was a good one, Morisabi. The Watcher says, "What you witnessed was an omen granted by the Echo, a vision of the horrors to come." Okay, right. You know, it would have been nice if we didn't see that, but okay. Time grows short. Yes, Chili, I wholeheartedly agree. Of course he survives.
No. I'll find no fulfillment in a contest with you this day.
Slavering beasts gather at your gates, ravenous and eager. Already you turn to them and away from me.
How selfish of us to turn away from you, Xenos. I'm so sorry that we couldn't, you know, show you the true appreciation.
I must go forth once more in search of power far beyond the might of Shinryu. Power to make your heart run over with rage. For the eldest of primals was a betrayal of promise. A pathetic creature incapable of inspiring true despair. That's what I crave. Pure, unadulterated despair.
You could say, hopeful win the day, or I will not fight for your amusement.
We shall see.
Yeah, Xenos has great hair. Xenos definitely has great hair. Alright, what does the Watcher have to say to us? I sense his presence on the moon no longer. If you need not follow, then I beg you stay and listen to what I have to tell you. Of Zordiark and the end of all things. Rise up through the night achievement. The Watcher would discuss grave matters with you. Before we speak at length, I believe a change of surrounds is in order. I have more than ill tidings to share, you see. I sensed others arriving not long ago. Though my communions with Heidelin have grown infrequent, I have learned enough from her to know these are your comrades. And as luck would have it, they have already reached my abode. Come, let us join them. Here's our friends. Thancred says, dare I ask what happened before we arrived? You dare, yes. Big stuff. Urianger says, may we presume this being is a native of the moon? And the Watcher says, yes, they are indeed the three I sensed. Well, that's good. I wouldn't want any of Xenos' people around. Y'shtola says, thank goodness you are unharmed. We did what we could to subdue the Tempered before making our way here. Not without casualties, unfortunately. Some few detonated explosives, killing themselves and others. The contingent's healers had their hands full, tending to the injured and the enthralled when we took our leave. Urianger says, lest you wonder, Mistress Kryl hath also been delivered unto their care. Serving as a conduit for Heidelin's power hath taken its toll, but she will recover in due course. If you're wondering, Mistress Kryl has also been taken to them for, healing. Serving as, the vessel for Heidelin's power took its toll, but she'll recover, fairly quickly. Y'shtola says, as for Alfino and Elise, they insisted on remaining in Garlemald while we three rushed to your aid. It appears, however, that matters here have already come to a conclusion. Not really. But what manner of conclusion, if I might ask? And is this the ally whom Heidelin bade you seek out? He is not unlike the shades of Amarot. So he makes one little sound and says this entire paragraph, and other times, he goes on for about, 200 years and says two words, right? Not unlike, perhaps, but not the same. I was created by Heidelin together with this place. It has ever been my duty to keep vigil over Zodiark, or rather, it was my duty. Gav's going to explain all the craziness that went down. Urianger has a headache already. Then Zodiark is no more? Yep. The Watcher says, and not without consequence, I am afraid, for now the delicate weave of the star, preserved by his presence, will begin to unravel. If you mean to avert the final days, you shall have need of... Uh-oh. Ango says, are you all right? Nope. My attempts to forestall Zodiark's release have all but exhausted my strength. If you might allow me a rest a short while, I will share with you all I can. Y'shtola says, please do. You need not exert yourself on our account. These crystals contain records of your time here, yes? May we peruse them while we wait? The Watcher says, by all means, if you would review them chronologically, might I suggest beginning with those on the upper floor? Y'shtola says, I shall leave that to you, Gav, while I see what can be gleaned from the crystals on these lower levels. All right, inspect the dimly glowing crystal. I think we have to go upstairs, right? Now let's see what Y'shtola says, actually. Pray, review the records on the upper floor, and I will see if there's aught to be learned down here. So, Watcher, have anything? A moment longer, friend. Ingrid says, Zodiac defeated. While he may have been in an incomplete state, that's nevertheless an impressive feat. But even if you hadn't, his demise was inevitable. Van Daniel would have seen to it one way or another. That said, he probably would have wielded Zodiark's power to wreak untold destruction before taking his own life, making this the better of two unfavorable outcomes. He's not wrong. His piano work is great. Urianger says, Dost thou suppose our host hath maintained his solitary vigil since the very beginning without rest or relief? Do you think our host has, been alone, holding vigil since the start without rest or relief? That'd be like 10,000 years, right? 10 millennia? If so, these records comprise the sum total of his existence. We must needs handle them with care. I was thinking of taking him out and, using him for skis or something. I don't know. Dimly glowing crystal. As you gaze into the crystal, ancient knowledge of Zodiac flows through your mind. Daily summary. No abnormalities detected. Daily summary. No abnormalities detected. Daily summary. No abnormalities detected. These appear to be records of a long, lonely vigil on the moon, dating back to the beginning of Zodiark's imprisonment. Well, that's one way of looking at it, yeah. I'm sure we got to look at more crystals around here somewhere. Faintly glowing crystal. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past calamities flows through your mind. The records describe how, with each rejoining, Zodiark's thirst for freedom grew, as did the strain on the brands. Maintaining Zodiark's imprisonment appears to tax Hydaelyn greatly. Warmly glowing crystal. I see they glow more as you descend. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past rejoinings flows through your mind. The records describe the Watcher's efforts to prepare in the event Zodiark broke free from his prison. The records go on to describe maintenance carried out regularly with the Loporrits, though it is not clear who or what they are. Brightly glowing crystal. As you gaze into the crystal, a record of an unexpected visitor flows through your mind. The records note the Watcher's musings when Elidibus is spotted on the moon, though clearly not for the first time. Crystalline Memory says, it is clear he and his brethren have a keen interest in freeing Zodiark from his prison, and yet they have made no attempt to destroy the brands. Perhaps they prefer he remain hidden from mortal eyes until the final rejoining. Perhaps they realize we would never dare bring harm to Zodiark so long as he remains imprisoned. Speak with Y'shtola. Did you learn anything of import? So, it is as we suspected. Maintaining the brands requires a great deal of her energy and focus, and this cost has grown higher with every rejoining. That would explain why contact with her has become rather infrequent since the 7th umbral calamity. I, too, made a rather startling discovery. This heavenly body we know to be the moon was in fact created by Hydaelyn. When the Watcher said he was created together with this place, I thought he only meant this facility. Truly, Hydaelyn's powers are far beyond anything I could have imagined. So their moon, Dalamud, was also created. I thank you for affording me this short reprieve.
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary. There is much we could learn of Zodiac and his imprisonment, but perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance. Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before and comes now again.
Long ago, before the Great Sundering, there was but a single world, Etheris. One day from within the earth, a terrible cry issued forth, effecting a profound change in all manner of life. We were not exempt. Our creation magics ran rampant, giving shape and form to thoughts of hopelessness and despair. At first, the phenomenon was limited to a single region, but quickly, so very quickly, it spread and engulfed the whole of the star.
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source?
They were not. However, the convocation struck upon a method to predict where next the corruption would manifest. Hi. Kitty. The etheric energies which flow through all of creation in the form of various currents. Hey! No. The currents which course through the land and seas. That's kind of cool, isn't it? No. Hey. No. My cat is chewing on a piece of paper. No. I have to distract her with something. Come on. Get your toy. Come on, Muriel. All right, them. Keep her from chewing on my important papers sitting on my desk. those which flow through the very air. And those of a celestial nature which encompass both our star and this moon.
Celestial currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
Nor would I expect you to be. Few scholars of our time knew of their existence. Their invaluable knowledge helped us to better understand the nature of the calamity. Like the terrestrial ones of earth and air, the celestial currents form a vast network, but the ethereal distribution is not consistent. The convocation soon realized that the inciting incidents occurred in regions where the flow was weakest. Correlation without clear cause, ultimately. Nevertheless, on closer study, a stagnancy of ether was observed in nearby currents.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness, of activity and growth. Thus was Zodiac conceived. No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Precisely. With the advent of Zodiac, our end was averted.
Emmet Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiac's power as a threat. Is that true?
Indeed, there was a faction opposed to Zodiac's creation, but their aim was never to unmake him. They understood the continued preservation of the natural order was dependent on his very existence. Until we could identify and address the underlying cause of the final days, he would need remain, for his departure would set in motion those apocalyptic forces once more. Get out of there! Sorry about that. She is being naughty today. Like chewing on stuff. I don't know. why she started chewing things all of a sudden. Her teeth seem to be fine. She's, what, 14 months old now, so she doesn't have any baby teeth coming in. I don't know if she's doing it for attention or because she just decided she likes chewing things. But I got a few things for her to chew on. And she still chews on other things. The Watcher says they understood the continued preservation of the natural order was dependent on his very existence. Until we could identify and address the underlying cause of the final days, he would need remain, for his departure would set in motion those apocalyptic forces once more. Eidolon recognized this as well, and so rather than destroy, she sundered Zodiark, herself, and the star into lesser reflections, that she might confine him in this place. It's like, whoa, she was the one who sundered everything. You could say, I could have sworn she beseeched me to banish the darkness, or then what she told me in the ethereal sea was false. I don't think he would think that what she said was false. Well, hi, baby. Perhaps she did, but as with all beings, intent is not always in accord with spoken word. That's a nice way of saying, she might have lied to you, dude. Eidolon and Zodiark are both constructs of man, approximations of perfection limited by our own imperfections. Zodiark was, without question, the more powerful of the two, having been born from the sacrifice of half Etheris's population. Oh, that's all. No, kitty! Oh my god, my cat. She is just being a pistol today. Zodiark was without question the more powerful of the two, having been born from the sacrifice of half Theris's population. That is a lot. No. That is a lot of people to sacrifice for a belief. Thus was it necessary for Eidolon to commit herself wholly to his defeat. Still more effort was needed to confine him. Maintaining the brands taxed her greatly. With what power she dared spare, she cried out to any who might listen and offered her blessing to those who heeded her call. Though it was likely within her power to do so, I believe she did not wish to speak of Atheris and her history. Like Zodiark, Heidelin's purpose is a reflection of her creators. They wished to look to the future and not linger in a prison of the past.
The Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them. How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her? How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
Well, in light of recent events, I see no reason to doubt your words. And even if Heidelin is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believed that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that.
Come on. You are nuts about getting to my papers today. A one-track mind there.
Which brings me to a rather important question. Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days. Should the source fall, what will become of the other worlds?
The nomenclature is more fitting than you know. Bring ruin to the source, and its reflections will share in its fate. Yeah, we just saved the first. It is ready. This way, if you would be so kind. Gav looks surprised there all of a sudden. A beautiful sight, is it not?
Yes, but what is it?
Idolin knew better than any that her power was not absolute. Indeed, she has ever struggled to hold Zodiark and his faithful at bay. She feared the worst, and so made preparations. In the event of his demise, there would be a contingency. All right. This moon is more than a prison. It is a vessel capable of bearing the people of Aetheris to safe harbor. You need not go far to find its pilots. In fact, I should be happy to take you to them. Gav's like, whoa. He's just blown away by that idea. And fulfill my final duty as Watcher in the dark. Briange says, I should very much like to hear more of this extraordinary story. Ingrid says, the moon is a ship? Well, now I've heard everything. Stola says, it may be true, but others will struggle to believe it. I can scarcely believe it myself. We're going to take this quest, A Helping Hand. At long last, the Watcher is ready to fulfill his final duty. The time has come for you to be on your way. The crater at the heart of Mare Lamentorum, where Zodiark was imprisoned, is not so easily traversed, however. Let us call upon Argos, the familiar whom you met earlier. He should have no trouble bearing you across. As Heidelin granted me as the jailer, so too did she create Argos as the guard. It is his nature to appear when needed, and yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange. Mayhap the imbalancing of ether has affected him. Let us make for the crushing brand and attempt to call upon him there. You need but recall the path you walked with Argos before, and you will find your way. Y'shtola says, if he labors in service to Heidelin's plan, I see no reason not to do as he suggests. Shall we make for this crushing brand, then? All right. We are going to leave it there for today, because I need to go make dinner. And get that started. So, when we came in here, we saw Zodiark's prison, and now it's, not anymore. And I will be heading to this location over that we see in the distance here next time. So let's do our cat joke for today. All right, here's today's cat joke. Oh, if you need help in from the cold or other solo duties, check out the solo duty playlist. I'm working on part 2 and 3 of the Ul'dah beginner storylines. It takes you from your start in Ul'dah up through Sastasha, the first dungeon. I got parts 1 to 3 of Gridania and Limsa already done. So, in particular, I help you navigate Limsa Laminza, which is a beast the first time around until you get everything out, until you get all the Ethernet shards unlocked. All right, and so check that out. I thank you for coming and sharing this journey with me. I had some great laughs today, man. And that trial was a beast to do, man. We wiped the first time. All right, here's our cat joke for today. What's worse than when it's raining cats and dogs? Hailing taxis. Yeah. Hailing taxis. Right. It is high summer where I live, and I know there are some places in the country that are even hotter than us. So, stay cool, drink fluids often, don't get overheated. It's better to prevent it than to treat it by far. So, enjoy the rest of the week. We'll be back on Saturday evening for NUO Extreme. And you all have a great one, cats, kittens. Mama Cat Gamer signing out.